Hello everyone, welcome back to the Goody Room. This will be the long-awaited Heroes versus Horror Icons video. Let's get down and nasty. Who's gonna come out on top if you made me choose a side permanently and abandon the others? Which one would it be? And which one would it be for you? Only time will tell. How do you make me choose between the bat and the shape? I don't know. But we're gonna get to the bottom of it. And this was all triggered by me scrolling through Instagram some maybe months ago, and I was looking at I Am Toys account, and he's got some incredible custom horror pieces that he's recently been acquiring, and I can tell he loves them to bits. And I was curious to know how he's feeling as a collector now, in which direction he's going to head in the future. Is it going to be more focused on the horror custom pieces that you have to really, invest the passion into to achieve these things, especially something like this one here? Because of the Mad Bug sculpt, the Silent Surfer paint job, the Unsealed coveralls, the Bruce Banner body, the Fergo knife, all that good stuff. It's a long road, but I mean, just look at these things. That's movie history right there. There's something about horror. A good horror movie can last forever, but then again, certain comic book movies are capable of that too. I mean, the original Christopher Reeve Superman movie is a timeless piece and just holds up today, I think. Whereas something like, I don't know, as amazing as this figure looks here from Dawn of Justice, I don't think that film is ever going to hold up. It's pretty much hated all over the world. I really like Dawn of Justice, but that's just me. Batman Begins is one of my favourite films of all time, full stop, so I believe in my heart that that one should and does deserve, because it changed everything and it really did light the way for the future of what we have now as a whole. Now, recently we've had the Halloween movie, the 40th anniversary, Halloween 40, or whatever you want to call it. It's a bit confusing because it's called Halloween, just like the original 78 film and just like the 2007 Rob Zombie version. 3 movies called Halloween. So the latest one really did well at the cinema, and I'm so happy about that because I have quite a vast Michael Myers collection now that I've invested a fair bit of time and money into, and it's really cool to have the new film do really well, to the point where it's kind of given new life to a lot of people's Myers collections, where it's just more before this movie came out, it was like, yeah, we have the 78 classic and it's an iconic movie for all time, one of John Carpenter's best, and people love their 78 Myers. And I've got a big life-size one in the back as well, but we've got a few versions of him, but we had to kind of fight for it. But now with this movie doing well and what it's kind of opening up the doors for possibilities with more Freddy. Maybe Robert Englund will come back and do one more Freddy, or maybe we'll probably get another Jason movie. I think Chucky's getting a TV series or something. But he's had plenty of films. Chucky's always going to be around. People love Chuck. I think it's great though. Horror seems to be, slasher horror, I guess you call it. I don't really think about that side of it. I mean, Michael Myers is just a really cool character, and I love him since 2007 when I saw the Rob Zombie one. I know people hate it, but it is the film that kind of triggered my Myers obsession, and I do recognize that the original 78 is obviously the classic, the original, the best. But in the order of films I like most now, I don't know. I'd probably go with Part 1 or the new one, Joint. I really love them both kind of equally. I mean, the new one's just got so many... I love the soundtrack, man. I listen to it in here quite a lot when I'm reposting stuff. And just so many amazing scenes and some great acting. Jamie Lee Curtis, probably the best I've ever seen her in this movie, and James Jude Courtney, who played the Shape, killed it. It was absolutely perfect. The movement, everything was just brilliant. There's just so many tiny little second moments where when he bumps into the 2 trick-or-treating kids that we saw in the trailer, and when they bump into him, he doesn't even look at them, and something in him, it's like when he turns his head and looks towards the woman down the way there in her garage when he goes to get the hammer. It's almost like he's not in control. It's like something like he's being puppeteered by something evil. Ugh, it's creepy just saying it. My whole body just went cold. But does these guys do that to me? I mean, Batman Begins. Like I said, there's so many scenes in that movie. I couldn't even start to list them here because that would be the rest of the video. But literally, like, that film has so many little moments that just give me the chills through sheer awesomeness. And Dawn of Justice has that warehouse fight scene, which every time I see that, I just, I love it. And Deadpool is great and funny, and he's, Ryan Reynolds, born to play him. And Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman is very good too, but I think that's a role that a lot of people could have played. I mean, Gal Gadot is very charming and very good as Wonder Woman Diana Prince, but I do think a lot of other people could have done it just as well, or maybe even better.
But there's Carl Urban there, who did an incredible job as Dredd, and it's one of my favorite comic book movies for real. I mean, I just think Dredd is perfect. Maybe it's a good thing that we don't get a part two, just in case it taints the memory of the first one, like with the Crow movies, because that first Crow film is obviously 11 out of 10. But it was kind of, for a while, I think that's faded away now, but some of those sequels did kind of taint the first one a little bit, taint that special feeling. It's like, God, I wish those other ones didn't exist, sort of thing. But anyway, really glad that the new Halloween movie has done well. I hope it does open the doors for more movies and more figures. And yes, his fingers are just there. They look like two sausages. But yeah, David Tucker has just sent out the new body, coveralls, t-shirt, hammer, boots. This has all just been temporary. That's actually the 3-0 official coveralls from the Part 6 Myers that I dyed blue. But David Tucker has sent me out all the new stuff. So from the head down, he's going to have all new stuff in a few days, maybe. David Tucker shipped it out like yesterday, so maybe a week. But I'll bring you videos on that once this guy is fully complete at last. There's Frank the Bunny from Donnie Darko by NECA. That was a gift from Nick. And there's Tanila's Customs. Absolutely full-on custom figure, that one. That's the Jason Part 2. With the sack by Tanila, the rope by Tanila, dungarees by Tanila, shirt by Tanila, the pickaxes by Dave, Tanila's husband. Those boots are actually some spare boots that came with David Tucker's 2007 Myers set up there. And yeah, Freddy has a different hat, because I hate the one that this Sideshow Freddy came with. It's too small, it looks like a pork pie hat, and it just looks silly. This one is a little bit kind of big looking from the side, but from the front it reminds me some of the promotional posters that were released for Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, which is my favourite look for Freddy, but it's something I still need to achieve fully. Maybe someday, we'll see. Tanila is on the case, really. She said she needs to find the right material for the jumper, but we haven't put her any kind of rush on that. It's just if she ever finds the right material for a Freddy jumper, she might be able to hook me up with a Part 2 sweater for Freddy here. And I'm going to keep an eye out for some hats, the fedora as well. I think I'd like to get one made from material. But everything else, I switched out his trousers to black ones and just tried to bring him down in his pose here a little bit, get him to look as tall as he should be next to Myers and Jason. And you saw Chucky's taking care of business down here, but that's the retro cloth Chucky. I did do some blood work on him to make him look a bit more, scary.
So how many of these films on each side are truly considered iconic pieces, at least to me anyway? Well, we'll start with the horror side. Obviously the 1978 Halloween is iconic for all time. The original Freddy, even though that's kind of a part 2, not really, but yeah. Anyway, Freddy from part 1, the original Nightmare on Elm Street, I definitely consider that to be one of the all-time classics forever. Just amazing effects, really just new ground when it came out. Terrified me when I was a kid when I saw it, and unfortunately I can't say the same for part 2 Jason here, because, well, maybe, but I'm really not a massive Jason fan. I have these two figures because I love the look, and I knew that I had to have them in the horror collection to complete it. But which Friday the 13th? I guess maybe the first one, because that was also, it did very well, didn't it? I mean, as far as money goes, I'm not 100% sure. I don't really know my stuff with Friday the 13th movies, but I'm pretty sure the first one made its money back. I don't think the budget was very high for that one. All the Friday the 13th films are pretty, legendary, iconic status kind of thing. I mean, they are beloved by so many people. And they have, well, some of those kills that I've seen, I think they stand the test of time. Some pretty brutal stuff and practical effects. All this CG stuff that we have now, especially with the nanotech, forget about it. It's like it takes 5 minutes to animate it and they just move on. So at least we have, and this new Michael Myers from the latest film, I really liked it, and it did very well. I think that in years and years to come, people will still really like it. So I would take a chance and say, yeah, I think this film and this new Michael Myers will stand the test of time and be loved for many, many years to come. So that's cool. And over here, Christopher Reeve, Superman, absolutely, definitely. Deadpool 1, yep, R-rated movie. Changed the game a little bit there, and I would definitely include that. Spider-Man Homecoming, great film, loved it, loved the suit. I think Tom Holland is fantastic as Peter Parker / Spider-Man. Michael Keaton was great as the Vulture. Do I think it will be loved many years from now and really talked about? I don't know. I think it will get lost in all the Marvel films. There are a lot of Marvel movies now.
Judge Dredd, I feel in my gut, I don't think people will be talking about it that much in years to come. I think it deserves to be.
Wonder Woman, maybe. I say it's a maybe, but my gut's telling me no. I've got to be honest. Batman Begins, like I said, just definitely deserves it. It changed the game, set the way for everything else that came after it. I mean, Jesus, we wouldn't even have the Arkham games if it wasn't for this movie. That's true. Believe it. So yeah, absolutely Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. Respect to that one too. Not so keen on The Dark Knight Rises, but it's still pretty good. And Dawn of Justice, no, I don't really think it will. I think it'll always be a case of people going on about the Moth stuff, but I don't really want to talk about that because it pisses me off. Anyway, Chucky. Oh, Catwoman. Catwoman really needs a good movie. A really good movie. That could be R-rated. Well, Harley Quinn's made it into the mix as well, because technically she was a hero in Suicide Squad, so yeah, she's in there ready to fight. Now, I've been thinking about my answer, guys, and just realised it's lighter than it should be. There you go. So, if I had to make a decision between one side or another, I honestly couldn't do that, and what I would do is I would focus solely on Michael Myers and Batman, and everything else would just have to go. As much as that would suck, you know, because I do love my Harley Quinn collection, do love my Superman stuff, Deadpool, Wonder Woman, Dredd, Spidey, all those other amazing, iconic characters, but Batman definitely, I couldn't, you know, not have Batman Begins, you know, mainly this side of the wall, really. I couldn't not have those anymore. I mean, I'm pretty much going to be buried with those. You know, my Michael Myers collection over there, I got a custom 1/4 scale, all kinds of other stuff. You can check out the channel if you want to see more of that. But I can't choose between those two. I won't do it. Nope. No, sir. So I would focus solely on Batman and Myers. That would be my thing. If it came to that, who knows? In the years to come as a collector, things change, so you never know. But let me know if you have a collection of figures, and some of them are horror and some of them are comic book characters. If you had to focus on one or the other from now on, which one would you choose and why? Alright. Thanks for watching, guys. More videos coming soon. See you later.